So yeah, I don't know. The first movie that I like that most people don't anymore is it's called The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's from the 70s. Now the thing is, like, it didn't age well because I don't know if you guys have been to Texas recently, but it turns out it's illegal to murder somebody with a chainsaw there now. Literally illegal.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
It's 2 minutes for roping. I like that.
You're a jabroni.
Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday night. It's What the Show, and I thought this was America.
America. Fuck yeah. Everyone, a historic moment. The last two picks of my very first best ball draft are occurring right now, live. I just got the notification. So here we go, everyone. We're going to pick Troy Franklin.
I like Troy
And then with
Franklin.
my very last pick, what am I doing? My very last pick? Am I getting another? What am I getting? Oh, wait. I'm going to see if my boy, did he get taken? Oh, I was going to pick Zach Ertz in honor of Juice.
He's still further down. There's no way he got taken. He's further down.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, he's available.
Is he available? How far is he? And I'm going to take Zach Ertz in my last pick in honor of Juice and fantasy. Hey, it worked for him last year. The Fighting Ertz went to be fantasy football champs in our league. So I'm going to go ahead, and people are going to be like, what the F? Why did you just take Zach Ertz? But you know what? Best ball, baby. Let's
It's
go.
best ball.
Let's go.
Let's go,
All
Zach.
star, love war, challenges, and best ball.
1,000%. 1,000%.
So as you can see tonight, we blatantly misadvertised
We
tonight
did.
because we are missing part of what the show and we are missing part of the Extra Movie Butter podcast.
One of them will be joining us. Mystery of who that might be. We're going to leave you all in suspense.
But we
Oh,
do
I'm not behind scenes right now. Got it. Okay.
It's like a movie podcasting fantasy team.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean,
Ooh.
I'm not to besmirch the good name of Benny and JT, but listen, if this was a draft, you got the number one pick from the Extra Movie Butter Boys. I'm just saying.
Hells yeah.
Of course.
Hells to the yeah.
One of
I
our best
agree.
friends, Moose Haas, is back tonight. Moose, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, guys. How are you?
Thriving. I mean, I just drafted Zach Ertz. So.
Dude, that's right. You were definitely.
Would I
thriving.
be doing any better? I think not. Absolutely not.
Is this the PR league? What was your average depth of target last year, Moose?
I drafted dead last. Like, and then when I because I couldn't get any good running backs, so I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna go with like solid running backs. One gets hurt, and you couldn't deny, like, my running backs were solid.
Yeah,
One gets
they're
hurt,
solid.
and then I get suckered into a trade, and as that trade happens, that player gets hurt. So yeah, at least this time around, I think I'm sitting at, what am I, number 7 overall?
You're 9, I believe.
Shall we do a quick
Yeah, I can pull up the recap.
a quick recap?
Yeah,
We
we'll
have
do-
been doing this actually every week.
It did not change from last week, but I will happily recap.
I think we're pretty set in stone now. We
There
only
is-
have a couple more
I
weeks
don't-
of the draft.
I don't think 2 and 1 are going to change at this point. So,
Unlikely.
here we go. Okay, so in 14th position is our own AJ Lancaster, of course, who was represented by Back to Black.
Maybe
Brandon Buckingham, who was ecstatic when he found out he had this movie, will be picking 13th, and he had Maxine.
yes.
Justin Juice, who had the very same spot last year
Scared.
and won the
I'm
league,
scared.
is 12th with Tarot. 11th is Bethany with Furiosa, the underperforming movie of the summer.
Yeah, no joke.
10th, the movie that opened against Furiosa, Garfield, for Jacob London, somehow beat it and made $1 million less than number 9, which is Moose's, which is The Fall Guy.
The
You're
Fall
getting
Guy.
nothing moved. You're getting
I-
nothing.
Once again, when Mike told me I got the Fall Guy, I was stoked. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, it's easily going to be a huge pick for me.
For sure. I
Yep.
think so too.
Number 8 is Larry Payne, who had If. Number
Personal
7,
weapon.
I see in the chat, William Harold had A Quiet Place Day 1. Number 6 was Chance Ellison with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Number 5 was Jeremiah Morris, who had Bear Boys Ride or Dies. Number
Crazy.
4, again, ecstatic with the movie that he had. He
If
could
you
not be a
feel it.
bigger fan of the movie Twisters. Go see Twisters 8,000 times to support our boy John Mariano because he loves it.
Good
Number
movie.
3 is Despicable Me 4, which of course is PLD. I have number 2 with Deadpool and Wolverine, and looking most likely to stay at number 1 is probably going to be PJ Campbell with Inside Out 2.
No, I have
I'm
a
on the rock.
sneaking suspicion he's going earlier. I'll never tell.
Collusion.
What are you talking about?
We're gonna need the collusion gif.
No,
for the
what
next.
you're talking about. Mike doesn't like helping me. He drafted in best ball my boy Amon Ross.
I did.
Okay,
I was in the doghouse for like a good
he was in
18 hours.
good big trouble there for at least a day.
Nice.
Yeah, groveling was involved. So I don't know.
I don't think it was that I took Amara Ross St. Brown. It's that I started laughing
It's
when
the
I did
way that he did it. Okay, to be clear, he was a right old dick about it.
it. Yeah.
I would say cackling is more the term I would use to describe what he did after. I
Nice.
was like, he cackled at me. But anyways, that's the draft update.
So we do have the draft is going to be on, I believe it's the 5th of September, which Moose will be, he's invited back for. You are more than welcome to join on screen for that, which we hope to see you that night.
I will do my best. It might be like 3 a.m. in Morocco where I'm at, but I will do my best to be on there.
That's I forgot
Yeah.
that you were going.
You were going to do that, and then we have another league we do that's with our friends and family, and two of them are going to be in somewhere in Europe too for our draft, and they're like, "Oh, we'll wake up at 5 a.m."
And I was like, that's dedication, y'all. Respect.
Yeah,
But-
I'll pop in maybe for the first couple of picks, and then I'll probably go back to sleep.
Yeah, that's
So
wild.
you'll make the first couple picks, and then we know one of our auto drafters now. It won't be immediate auto drafting, but after a couple of rounds, most likely auto drafting moves. So tonight's topic, I don't think we're going to spend the entire stream on it because this was kind of, I had JTE and Benny in mind with reactions to some of this. So we'll go into it for a little bit, and then we'll just go into our normal shenanigans. But what we were going to talk about tonight was movies that we love that the general public typically hates. And I know, I have a hunch, and I think I know at least one or two of them that Moose is going to say, having listened to his podcast enough times. I know one of them almost for certain. I think I can guess right off the bat that's going to be one of Moose's.
Oh, interesting.
Well, let's play a game. Let me see if you're right.
So it is, forgive me because I don't remember the tagline to it, but the female Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, love the female Ghostbusters.
Female Ghostbusters is great.
Yeah, love the female Ghostbusters. On this past Friday, my wife and I's dog passed away. Darby. Cheers to Darbs. He was a great dog.
Yes, absolutely. Cheers.
And to cheer us both up, we watched the all-female Ghostbusters.
That's a good,
Yeah.
You need a good movie. Bethany and I have some interesting ones, like when you talk about like things that cheer you up.
Comfort film.
Yeah, a great comfort movie. Like 13 Going on 30, I know is one of Bethany's all-time
Absolutely.
favorites.
Great comfort film.
Yeah, there's like moments in that movie that like I turned like to my wife as we were just recently watching it, and I was like, see, if they had just done this instead of this, then you're good. Or if you just done this instead of this, like everyone would have been like, this movie's great. But yeah, they it's not a masterpiece by any way, but I just find it entertaining. And it's Ghostbusters. Like I like Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Say what you will about it. Again, it's not a good movie, but it's a Ghostbusters. I'll take it. It's got Pukey in it. Fucking Pukey. He was the best ghost of them all.
You can't be mad, you know?
They're doing that house at Halloween Horror Nights this year,
I'm excited
which
for
will
it.
be interesting to see. So,
I like
but
both.
let us know if you need a T-shirt. We can make that happen. But AJ and I actually, like, one of the first episodes we did of What the Show, I think it was probably the second or third one on this channel, we had somebody postpone last minute. We had to pivot, and we decided to do guilty pleasure movies. And the two of us discovered pretty quickly we both have a mutual love for a movie that overall most people disdain, and that is Dumb and Dumber When Harry Met Lloyd.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
There are
You're
some
not even going for
classic
Dumb and Dumber
bits.
2.
No, it's Dumb and Dumber
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
there are some classic bits in Dumber and Dumber.
I don't know the last time I watched. I think I've only seen that movie one time.
So
So
I
one of
have-
my
Hit us with how dumb it is, please.
what I was going to say, you're talking about you only seen it one time. Take a drink, everybody. I screened it before it came out working at the movie theater.
I need more drink.
And
Getting more drink.
I brought a couple of my buddies to go see it a couple nights later, and it pretty much tanked at the box office. But we went and saw it at like a 7:00 show, like maybe on like the Tuesday or Wednesday after it opened. There's maybe 20 people in the theater. When the Bob Saget bathroom scene comes on, my two friends were laughing so hard at him saying, "There's shit everywhere. There's shit on the wall, shit on the mirror." They're just dying laughing. Family literally got up and changed seats to get away from us. So that was one of my favorite movie experiences of all time.
Is Shia LaBeouf
See, and
really
there's-
Dumb and
there's-
Dumber?
He is. He's the half man, half horse.
Oh my god.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I gotta give this
Um,
movie another watch.
He's the mascot, and then he's walking around the school without the head on. So they think, "Hey, horse boy," when they're trying to recruit the special needs class. Like, he's half man, half horse. He should be in the class.
Wild.
there's a bit that I've quoted this, like I'm talking innumerable times in my life in Dumb and Dumber, where they go up to a guy with a broken leg, like, "Oh, what's the problem, little guy?" I broke my leg. "Oh, someday they'll find a cure." Genius bit.
It's
I've
so over the top
referenced
fun.
that bit dozens of times.
Nice.
I was like, I know everybody expected me to say something. I don't think the movie that everyone's expecting me to say is considered something that most people hate. So I don't think I can put Broken Lizard's Club Dread in this because it's just forgotten.
I don't think people look back at that movie fondly the way that you do.
I think Smart Lady might be in the hate category after how many times you watched it and played those.
That it's
horrible
hard.
song.
He is in the hate
She
category.
does like coconut
I
tea.
do enjoy Coconut Pete. The movie was just like if you did like a YouTube edit of just Coconut Pete's best scenes, I'd watch the hell out of that. I think the songs honestly are very clever. I think Bill Paxton is absolutely slaying the game. The rest of the movie, terrible, absolutely terrible. Can't stand any of it.
Paxton
but
goes for it in that movie, though. He goes for it. Like, he's putting on a show, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Pullman is the man in that movie. Like he dove head first into it. I love Coconut Pete so much. You actually can buy. They a couple of years ago released. I think it's just a 7-inch because it's only 5 songs. But they released on vinyl the 5 songs from the movie, which I need to get my hands on at some point.
Oh my god.
That's like one of the ultimate vinyls I could possibly get. I've listened to it. My goal is to, at the end of the year, be the #1 listener to Bill Paxton on Spotify.
I think it's going to be
I'm
terrible.
working on it.
I think you probably have already approved it. I can't
Yeah.
imagine anyone does listen to Bill Paxton more than you have on Spotify. I could be wrong.
I'm with Bethany on that one, Mike. Like, how many other people are like, dude,
I was
I got to get psyched for my workout. Let me put on some fucking Coconut Pete.
Yeah.
Absolutely nobody. When we were on our way to
I
the
was in the
airport,
0.01% for YouTube music for
Yeah.
Planet of the Bass last year. That's
I'm sure you are. Yep.
you have to be the top. You're going to be the top one because you're going to be the #1 for Bill Paxton on Spotify.
Mhm.
When we were on our way to the airport, which I was about to leave him for 10 days, so I'm all like, "Oh, I'm gonna miss you," you know, whatever, the dramatic airport goodbye. And instead, he puts on Coconut Pete's Naughty Cow 3 times in a row, and I was like, "Okay, bye. I won't miss you." Actually, the second time. Have fun.
I can't get out of this car soon enough.
Yeah, I'm like, like, oh, it's starting again. Here we go. All right. So I think that's probably.
AJ, you may have been like 0.1% for YouTube Music, but I feel like you're probably 100% of the Wendy's like how to cook videos.
Yeah, you have to be.
Oh yeah.
Grill skills.
If
I think
they
I think
had
you're 100%.
if they had fast food instruction videos like at all, like that, if that was a category, I would have been definitely up there, like top 10.
That's fair. I think
I was
that's-
just referencing the Old Country Buffet one the other day, the carving station. It's so good.
AJ, your taste in like recreational spare time YouTube viewing
If you
really astounds me.
put
sometimes.
AJ and I's algorithms together, YouTube just like I don't know what to do.
I think I've had with the
Okay,
legitimately.
but the entire thing is like a Tim and Eric sketch.
Yeah.
The entire thing has that vibe where it's just like he's talking to a kid and he's like, "What kind of candy do you like?" He's got like a screechy voice like that. He's super awkward. And he's like trying to tell you about how to develop rapport with customers, and the guy is shit at it. It's so good.
I feel like we had a little bit.
We had a little bit of a lag there, AJ. We lost you for a
Okay,
split
please.
second.
Say something.
Ah,
Well said.
check 1 2.
Exactly. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I was going to bring up one other movie that I know AJ and I are also both in agreement on. This one we've not talked about on air. It came up more recently, and that movie is The Goods, Live Hard, Sell Hard.
Oh my god.
Yes. Oh my god. Another
I
one
haven't
with
heard
like
you
the
do that.
Oh my
movie
God.
on the whole is terrible, but like there are a few solid bits that are all timers in that.
Craig Robinson literally is the DJ in the movie, and they tell him to play something, and he's like, "Yeah, that sounds great." He plays
Jeremy
something.
Piven is the star of this movie.
Yep.
You like
Yes.
it? Oh.
And so
Jeremy Piven goes on a monologue about how you should
Catherine
still be able
Hahn
to
is-
smoke cigarettes on planes, and then he lights up.
he lights
The
up.
best part is the second build for this movie is Ving Rhames.
Yeah, Ving Rhames, that's
Yeah,
right.
there he is.
And so the DJ's like,
Yeah.
"You must stay strong. You can't succumb to pressure," or something like that. He's like, "Nobody tells DJ Request what to play," and that's one of my favorite lines to quote.
What even is? Wow. Well, there you go,
We,
everyone.
we just learned that my wife has never seen that. By next week on the show, this will have
no.
changed
This
now.
is about to be the new love trend, isn't it? It's about to just be on
Oh
the
yeah.
TV. all the time.
Will Ferrell
Oh, something happened to the DVD.
Will
Sorry,
Ferrell
we can't play
yeah.
it.
falling out of a plane with an object I'm not going to tell you until you see it. Multiple of them.
Well, a backpack full of them.
A backpack full of them. Yes.
God.
Oh,
And-
I saw The Goods in theaters in
So did I.
2009. In
Yep.
2009, this was PS. We refer to that area as that era as pre-Sarah, the PS era.
Yes, ma'am.
And my roommate at the time, Justin, and I, we were going every week to see the new movie that came out. And I remember like him being like, "This is going to be funnier than The Hangover." I was like, "This movie's going to be terrible." I was like,
And
this is going to be
Probably
awful.
landed
And
somewhere
it-
in the middle.
Yeah, it did. It was fine because there's so many guys in this movie that are like Craig Robinson that were like,
Mhm.
okay, I like Craig Robinson from The Office, and then you had like Todd Packer, David Koechner,
Yeah. Yeah.
Catherine
And-
Hahn was in this. Ed Helms was
Catherine
in
Hahn
this.
was hilarious in this movie.
Like, you
Rob
just-
Riggle's in it.
Rob Riggles in
Ken
this.
Young.
Like these are all just like the like plug-in funny guys. Like if you need a funny guy in a bit in a movie or in a sketch or in a TV show, bam, this is one of these like 8 rotating people that boom, there it goes.
And this is the kind of movie that like throws 25 jokes a minute at you and like hoping that one or two of them sticks. But when they stick pretty hard. But
He came at us with a samurai sword.
I do remember the Craig Robinson.
We
Like,
have
at
all
the
witnessed
date,
a
that
hate
was funny.
crime.
Craig Robinson's the best part of the movie. Like he's literally my favorite part of that entire movie.
I agree.
And,
The Ferrell stuff works. The Will Ferrell stuff works.
well, the Ferrell stuff comes like spoiler alert. If you don't know, for those of you who have not seen The Goods, which is probably almost everybody on screen.
I haven't seen it.
No, okay.
Look at
Well,
that.
technically, his screen has been here the whole time.
Yeah, I was here earlier than all of y'all. What the
That
heck?
is true. Technically, that is true.
He has jumped out of an airplane in an Abraham Lincoln suit to promote an auto dealership. And he realizes that his backpack, which is supposed to have his parachute, has been replaced by something else. I won't spoil that. But what is we just got burgered.
Juice.
Burgered.
We all just got burgered. We have to burger somebody else to be on burgered.
Oh no, we've been
Burgered.
burgered.
Oh my lord.
That was my bit. That's
Well,
gimmick
it has-
infringement.
I guess. Was he coming back? Is he just gonna burger us?
We
for
just
the
got
rest of the
burgered. I mean, I don't know what to do now.
We just got
I know what I'm gonna do. Just 1 second. here.
Oh, he's back. Thank you for burgering us. Juice,
Oh
since
yeah,
you
sorry about that.
since you
I'm not comfortable like hair tying my hair.
oh, we weren't allowed to see the magic happen.
No,
Okay.
not
Locked
not
and
that
loaded,
comfortable yet.
baby.
A good look, Juice.
No,
Oh, wait,
Yeah, extra movie butter boy.
But I like.
I'm gonna do a dramatic reading right now of a text conversation that
Yes.
recently happened, and I want you to guess who said this. Am I going to be late? Yes. Did I just cut an old man off to use the bathroom before him in order to get home quicker? Yes. I'm going right back to the villains list.
Okay, hear me out.
No, that makes him a hero right there. That's a what the show, like top
Thank you.
5 hero right there.
Let's hear it. Let's hear your excuses, sir.
Okay, this old man, he's very sweet. He's very nice. I've got to know him on a few Wednesdays here and there. His wife runs bingo night at my friend's bar.
Nice.
And he's walking to the bathroom. And I'm like, do you happen to be going to the bathroom? And I'm like, I'm off the door. Like, I am out the door leaving. It's 9:00. Because I was about to leave, and then I remembered something I needed to tell my friend. And I was like, oh, shoot, you have to hear this. Anyways, so I'm starting to leave, and I see he's walking. His wife's still at the bar, and I'm like, do you happen to be going to the bathroom? And he's like, yes, I am. Then the people behind him start talking to him. So I like dirt around him, and I'm going to be in there for 5 seconds. Like 5 seconds. I don't even need to wash my hands. I'm going right to my moped. I can wash my hands when I get home, which I did. Anyways, I just need to get into there, relieve. I'll Lysol wipe it tomorrow. I will not.
Well, then you choose that.
I just need to be in there for 5 seconds, and then I'm gone. If he goes in there, who knows how long it could be. Could
Right.
be anywhere from 2, 3, 4, 7, 10 minutes. The poor man, I hear him try to open the door while I'm in there. I don't think he understood that I darted around him. And then he goes into the women's bathroom next to me. Which I guess I could have just done that quick. I just made sure I was very clean and, tidy, and I would have washed my hands if I used the women's bathroom.
No,
for the record.
we appreciate that.
But I felt very bad. I quick went back to my friend, and I was like, I cut the old man off at the bar. I cut him off in the bathroom line. Like, say sorry for me. And then I left.
Let me make a case why Juice deserves to be in the top 5 of the What the Show heroes for next year.
Moose is very good at this.
Yes.
Okay. Number 1, dedication to this show.
Yes.
Okay. He understood, oh crap, I got to go tell this guy something, but I still need to be on time, right? This guy decides to forego the old timer that's holding him up. Number 1. Number 2, decides to forego hygiene.
Wow.
Right?
That's
For
true.
the sake of What the Show, right? On top of it, jumps on a moped which is the
It's pretty
coolest fucking way to be able to get home.
Yeah, it is.
To be able to do this show. Then he shows up, hair slicked back. He's got the like, it's not quite the like villain mustache because it's filled in down here. Just looking glorious.
Kind of like the tribal chief a little bit.
I'm saying the look is giving villains list, but like a cool
No way.
swap.
No way.
It's got
I'm
a
getting
little
Ryan for the office.
look of
Anti-hero, but hero for what the show. Just saying.
Yeah, no, that's fair. This is fair. You are
Chaotic neutral, one might
you
say.
are giving
I was about
such
to-
levels.
I was about to say,
and then he
Jesus
burgered
Christ,
us.
He might be
Well,
on.
that
all
was an
three levels.
accident.
Oh yeah, and then the
That
old guy
wasn't
got
my
to see what the women's bathroom looked like, which is sometimes a treat for guys.
Heroes
You don't
list,
know.
yeah, hero for him.
Heroes list. Hero
Like,
for
like,
Justin the
like,
Juice. Just saying.
Justin the
You guys
Juice.
get a
All three
couch.
levels next year.
You
All three.
probably changed his life, and he probably was like, "Dang, I'm gonna sneak in women's restrooms from now on." Straight up.
He's like, I'm old, I can do whatever I want. I was still young and like, I can cut an old man off for the men's bathroom, but I'm not going to use a women's bathroom.
Right.
He was at that point of life where like, men's in check, right to the wood.
But then he also dodged the old guy without the old guy knowing, so you know that there was some sort of like spin move on Juice's end to get around him.
Kind of. It was kind of
Again.
narrow.
Did you
Yeah.
do like a whole like tumble to the back to the moped? Because that would really seal the deal for me.
No, but earlier in the day, I did flip the moped.
Oh, what?
What?
Somehow. I don't know. It defies logic and physics. I was just
Were
backing.
you on the moped when it flipped?
I was starting to get onto it. I was trying to. So I park it in this little like alley.
The moped
guess
is in
a
an
tight-
alley.
a
It's
tight
in-
narrow,
Okay.
a slight alley, and I'm trying to back it like back to the street, and I like start to get onto it, and I don't know. I don't even know what happened. Like it just flipped over, and suddenly I was like in the middle of the road. Thankfully, there were no cars going by, but and my friend that was getting into his car to like he was gonna I was following him to like another location, not important. And when we get out, I follow him there, and I'm like, "Did you see what happened?" And he's like, "Nope." Did I just see the funniest thing in my entire life? Yes. Did I see what you just did? Nope. True friend.
Wild.
Just keeps it to himself.
Do you have a sticker on the side of your moped? Is your moped named the Juice Goose?
As it should be.
Because it should be. If it's not, I'm sending you a sticker.
Do it.
Get on that.
Justin
100%.
Flames.
You get like a
Spruce
what is
California.
it
You
called?
have to know-
Spruce juice.
The spruce juice.
The spruce juice. Yeah.
I should name my car the Spruce Moose.
Yeah, you should.
1,000%. Yeah.
Yeah, shoot.
Get in.
Yep. Let's go, Juice. You're the Juice Goose, and I'm the Spruce Moose.
It's juice.
Moose, you have to know somebody in California who makes documentaries. Just have them follow Juice for a week. We've got it down here or something on us.
Truly. Like, obviously, Juice is a dear friend. I know Juice. I see Juice weekly through video call. I have seen him in person a few times, but I have never, like, seen him in his natural habitat. And I would just love to come and visit Juice for a week and, like, pretend I'm not there. Like, I just want to observe it. Like, truly.
Oh my gosh.
No, Juice. No, I'm not even here. Just let me observe.
It's like it's like bird watching, but like for like a ultra rare bird. Like I would be like in like the trees with binoculars, like there he goes.
The stories that he has, like the things I could witness. Oh God, it'd be great.
So I have a new boss at my like restaurant job, and usually, so like beforehand, I've worked in like the same building, same company, but same building. Or I'm still at the same company, but I used to always be in the same building. So everything about me would like go from one end to the other. So like when I went from one job to the next, it was like, this is who the Juice is. He has this nickname, whatever, yada, yada, yada. He plays the guitar, all these things. At this new job, none of that went. It was just, he has a nickname, the Juice. And that was it. And so like, I'm slowly like dropping these like, oh yeah, I play the guitar. Oh yeah, I do this. And my boss, literally last week, I've worked there for 4 months.
Yeah.
She was like, I just keep learning these new things about you. And
Fascinating.
you're exactly, yeah, like you just keep dropping these new fast, like I never know what to expect. Like you're doing a podcast one day, and then you're driving your moped to Milwaukee the next day, and then
That sums it up.
yeah, it's unbelievable. But needless to say, I mean, I think I have a pretty boring life. Like I go to work and come home, and that's about it.
I disagree.
As he twirls his mustache.
Literally throwing them up.
There is
Yeah.
always a story.
Look at you, people, with your boring lives. My life is so boring.
With my life.
So,
Oh,
I'm gonna go
gosh.
get on this spruce moose and do some 360s.
speaking of like the most
Unintentional 360s.
and unintentional and interesting people. We have Moose here. Moose, I know, has seen Trap, which we have been discussing ever since we saw it. Oh my lord, was Trap a movie?
Ah, what a terrible movie that was.
But I want to watch it again.
What an experience.
I'm not gonna pay to watch that movie. That's a
I'm
movie I'll
not
watch
gonna
on an
pay.
airplane.
But I'm gonna watch it
Has
again.
M. Night Shyamalan ever actually been to a concert?
No. I'm good at the
Outside of Philly?
Never been to a concert.
Outside of putting on a concert for his own daughter in a movie. Yeah.
But then
He took $60 million from his studio and was like, all right, baby, this is it for you, sweetheart. We're going to
But they
get you
didn't even
famous.
like film her appropriately. And at first I was like, oh, we're just like trying to get the view that the characters are seeing her from. But then, spoiler alert, at a certain point they go backstage. Like that's not even like I'm like, who decided to film this? Like you never get like, again, if it was a concert film, you would usually get up and close with the artist. You're always like hanging out about 50 rows. And I'm like, who films this? Like, what choice artistically was being made here?
But my favorite thing is Josh Hartnett keeps going into the concourse, and during the main act, the concourse is packed at all times. Like that's not what happens. Like nobody's out there buying the T-shirts while the main act is on.
She adds like a random matinee performance, which is not a thing that would happen. We're like, what? That's how it's.
I mean, they explain it, but still.
But it's like, okay, sus.
There is a cameo in this movie by Kid Cudi,
Yeah.
who plays a character called the Thinker.
Yeah.
It is the most bizarre. No
Really?
reason for this cameo aside that, oh, hey, Kid Cudi wants to
Kid
be in
Cudi's
the
in it.
movie. Let's fucking go.
It's
so bizarre.
so many choices. And then also like having seen the previews and thinking I understood the concept of the movie, and then the movie gets to a certain point and you're like, oh, this movie is still going. And then you're like, okay, we're still going. Like, there were 2 times where I was like, yeah, we're wrapping up. Oh no, okay, no, now we're gonna wrap up. Wow.
I haven't
Right.
I haven't seen it yet, but I heard that it almost feels like the plot dragging along. Almost feels like Sir Elton John showing up in the second Kingsman movie, and then just like, oh, a little cameo from Elton John. That's cute. Holy shit, he's still in this.
We're still doing it.
Which is one of my favorite bits, by the way.
AJ is going to absolutely love Trap when he sees it. We are going to do a watch along if it's streaming.
Ooh.
So
Got to.
I mean, 'cause, like there's so much to comment on. This movie cannot remain untouched.
I walked out my
It's
first
a
day.
weird. It's a weird summer for M. Night Shyamalan's daughters too, because his other daughter directed a movie that is, I think, the worst movie of the summer.
I've
On the
not seen
watchers.
You've not seen it.
But
that?
I'm gonna take your word on that one. AJ.
Juice, you were not here. We have Bethany and I both in the best ball draft that we've been doing that you've seen in our group chat.
Oh yes.
In the second to last round, I drafted Joe Flacco
And
because I took Anthony Richardson, and I'm like, I have to take Joe Flacco.
Good idea.
In the last round, guess who Bethany took?
I drafted Zach Ertz because you know what? He worked for you and he made you a champion. The Fighting Ertz, he was your team mascot last year.
That's
So
right.
I was like, in honor of Juice and the good luck that Zach Ertz brought to your team, I decided to go for it. So what
I
you know?
never dropped him. I don't think.
You
Right.
He's
I
on,
think
I
he's
think I
on your
kept him.
final.
He was on there from day 1 to day
Oh, hey, it's
18 or
basketball.
whatever.
If he has a random explosive move.
All
How
you see
many
is get
how many
touchdowns.
total fantasy points did he end up getting on the year?
Yeah, like 12, but
okay.
it was more of a
I think
moral
he's more than
support.
that.
Yeah.
He did good in the beginning of the season.
No, he did pretty well at the beginning, but probably like
Yeah.
40.
That's
Uh,
still that's quite
probably
respectable.
38.2. He had 27 and that's half point PPR. 27 receptions for 187 yards and a touchdown.
So we were just joking because we're planning for like the church job or work, whatever. We're planning like our fall. And so I infamously, I think it's the first week because September, like the first Sunday in September is like the first weekend of, or the first
It's the
Sunday
second
of
Sunday.
football, right?
The first Sunday is the first. It's the 8th, I think, is the first.
I would say like that. I count it as the first
Yeah. The first full weekend.
full
of September.
weekend of September. Yes.
In
Weekend after Labor Day, I guess is the easiest.
That's the
way to put it.
easiest way to put it.
right. Oh, right. So that's the week we do like a little kickoff thing. Oh, maybe it was, and it doesn't matter. But anyway, so famously, I spent the whole Sunday, like we have an event at night. And so I spent the whole Sunday at Buffalo Wild Wings and then picked up pizzas like after the noon games. So I spent like the day games, afternoon games, picked up the pizzas, brought
I
them
think
to
I
the
remember
event
hearing about this
at
stuff.
Buffalo Wild Wings for the whole time. So now that we're planning that event, we're joking like, yeah, I'll bring the pizzas to the event whenever I feel like I'm done watching games at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Once I tap out from my B-dubs time,
So I'm
I'll
like-
bring a pizza.
Once I eat lunch, dinner,
I'll make my way over.
I'll feel it out depending on
Well,
how the games.
Sunday night football, the Lions will be playing. I don't think you want to miss that, So the pizzas just might be delayed.
Yeah,
I'm
Event's over.
thinking Monday.
yeah.
I think
Event's,
that's
event's over at 8, so I should be able to catch that
Oh, there we go.
They're,
after.
they're playing Moose's team.
This is true. Yes, it's the big rematch.
It is the big rematch. So do you think they're going to do the stat? I think they will this time because
Which
it was
ironically, in best ball, I've drafted both Jared Goff and Matt Stafford.
Oh shit. Okay, there you go.
not worse,
You
not
know
worse pair of quarterbacks.
Both of them,
Hey,
Do you
they
think
both
that-
put
I
up a
think
lot of
they-
points.
I think this time because it's not the playoffs and there's not the heated animosity of the they have to do something for Stafford this game. You assume
For
a
sure.
video package, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, for what 12, 13 years, Stafford was it in Detroit.
Yeah.
So yeah, they absolutely got to do something to honor
He's-
that guy.
Top 10 player of their franchise all time. So
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah, borderline 5.
I think that there's love there. It's just last year it was more about the playoff. It
Urgency.
was about
For sure.
being like, oh, we are happy we have Jared, whatever, like trying to make sure he felt the love. And then I think obviously he feels the love now, and people can give Stafford his due.
I hate to admit, but like you get so into like games when you're watching football and like Stafford going back to Detroit, every time he did something right, I'm like, fuck you, Detroit. Like, it's like, that's your fault for letting him go. But yeah, I for sure. Like I said,
I saw a video that said that was like the most fair trade in NFL history, and it kind of was. Like both teams made out.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I think that like Perna did like a 15-minute thing on it.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah,
what
I think
probably what I
both
thought.
teams.
They both got what they wanted out of Rams got the immediacy of getting the Super Bowl, and
Yep.
the Lions got the extra draft picks plus a very good quarterback. Were able to build their team up, and now we're in the place to contend for that.
Yeah.
This is the
And
year.
it's gonna be fun watching those two offenses play. There's a lot of
that's
points
gonna be
I think going to be scored.
That Sunday night game is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
going to be some fireworks in that game, I think.
I am excited. But
Unlike the Minnesota Vikings versus the New York Giants game that will kick off 7 hours prior to that, which might be the most unwatchable game of the entire season.
or so bad it's good. We don't know.
You never
So
know.
bad it's good.
We're about to find out.
You go in with low expectations, you won't be disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be fun.
One of my biggest disappointments was last year was the Vikings against the Raiders game that ended 3-0. and I'm watching it in astonishment. And I like my first thought. We got to the fourth quarter. I'm like, is cousin Ryan there?
I remember
I'm like, Ryan, please tell me you're at this game. He's like, no, I actually didn't go this week. I'm like, no.
Yeah. I was just gonna say probably if Ryan's not at the game, he's in the parking lot
Right.
and just spends the game in the parking lot.
I like that would have been the word, like the funniest game to ever been at. Which game did you go to? Well, I was at the game, that game. Like the Jets Giants game last year that had 15 punts. That must have been something to have been at. I went to a game in the 2010 season on Halloween between the New York Jets and the Green Bay Packers. The final score was 9-3, all field goals. And this is that Aaron Rodgers like just entering his prime against the Jets making the AFC Championship twice in a row. And it was the most boring football game I've ever watched in my life. The most exciting part of the game was when the Jets punter mucked the punt and tried to run like a 4th and 20 for a first down and failed. But that was like the most exciting play of the game.
Listen, I raised you that with a time that I went to Florida State, which is usually a game of fireworks. It's for every weekend. It's one of my favorite games to go to every year. And Florida has the record in college football for most amount of consecutive games without like a shutout, like we've always scored something. And for a hot goddamn minute, I thought it was about to be over. And let me tell you, we did score. But do you want to know the only points we scored that entire fucking game? A safety.
Hey, safety count.
But we got two baby, so we still it was the abysmal game I've ever been to in my life. I was like, oh my god.
In the Schmodown, wasn't it Robert Meyer Burnett and Finstock? Was that like the lowest scoring?
5-7.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
Like overall,
the infamous
well,
shooting
no, it's
tornado.
not.
Jesse
It's not
Swift.
overall. It's not 14-13.
If you want to watch the triumphant return of Bobby Finstock, he appeared on Settle the Score last week against Kaiser. The match is great. Like,
Oh, man.
guy's not missing a beat.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I'm going to
Okay.
see your guys' game. And I got talked into flying up to Seattle with a friend of mine who is a Bears fan, and we watched a Bears-Seattle game, and I think it was in 2006. Rex Grossman started the game, got hurt. Brian Greasy went in. Two plays in, Brian Greasy got hurt.
Oh, Jesus.
Cordell Stewart comes in. Cordell Stewart gets hurt. I'm like, who's left? Like,
Did they have anyone?
I
Truly.
can't even remember, but it was like a wide receiver like filled in until Cordell, like until halftime when they were able to get Cordell like back on the field after
Oh
halftime.
my god.
Injected
Oh.
with anything they could find.
Yep.
The Bears
Okay, great.
lost incredibly bad to Seattle. It was so bad. And like at that point, Bears fans had like little, so if like Urlacher got a tackle, that's what like Bears fans were like cheering about at the time. But yeah, it was, I remember being able to see all the like quarterbacks of the Bears go in, get hurt, and then and I finally got to see Cordell Stewart play of all things.
I'd be like, we're staying to the end of this game. I gotta know.
Something's gonna happen. You know something.
I can't look away. I gotta know.
So the first ever Jet game I ever went to was funny. My old roommate was a Packers fan, and so when Favre got traded to the Jets, he's like, "Let's go to the home opener." We lived in just outside of DC, so it was like a 3.5-ish hour ride to get to Meadowlands. Not too far. So I'm like, okay. He buys the tickets last minute, and we're sitting towards the top. And Tom Brady got hurt week 1. This is week 2, the Jets home opener. So it's like, oh, the Jets are going to steamroll them. And this is the Matt Castle-led Patriots bulldoze the Jets. And the fourth quarter comes, I guess the 2-minute warning, and the cheerleaders come out to, do their thing, their routine at the 2-minute warning, and the crowd just mercilessly boos them.
All about that.
Nice. Do you know what is a bad movie that I like that's good?
Oh,
I like Jupiter Ascending.
I've never actually watched that all the way through.
I saw it in theaters. Oh man, my poor friend. So I had a friend who was only coming because he thought like a big group of people were going, and I was like just getting into movies at the time, 2015. So I'm like, 2014 maybe. And I'm like, oh no, it was 2015 February I think. I'm like, oh yeah, like a bunch of people are going, whatever. You want to come with me? And then he's like, yeah, for sure. And then all those people dropped out, but I didn't tell him. And then we go, and he like meets me, and he's like, so where is everyone? And I'm like, no, everyone decided not to come. It's just you and I. And he's like, oh, okay. We just sat through the movie, and after we left, he was like, that sucked. This all sucked. And then later, it was like, I hate you. We're great friends now. I'm the father of his next child. So
nice.
relationship salvaged, but
all because of Jupiter ascending.
but Jupiter said, yeah, I proved my loyalty to it. No,
Before you go to the Jupiter setting, we had when I was at the theater, there was a situation kind of similar to this, but it was much more evil. One of the guys at my theater like goes to the girl he had a crush on, and he's like, "Oh, a bunch of us are going to go see Stealth." If you remember, nobody remembers. And
Josh
then-
Lucas, Jamie Foxx.
And then so she shows up, and it's just him, and she's like, "Where's everybody else?" And he's like, "I guess it's just the two of us." It's the worst. Ever.
Did they see it? Did they see
They saw Stealth, and then she immediately left.
Wow.
Also, I did correctly pull February 2015 for Jupiter
You
Ascending.
got your movie release date.
So let's, if there's a show that wants to
Return?
host some trivia,
He's ready.
just saying.
There is discussions of a little Benny and Moose season 2. coming in.
We still need that Mighty Ducks match.
We still there's still like 7 matches we need to put on with the show. Folks.
A lot of requests. What can we say?
That's for certain. But a little business here. And if the Extra Movie Butter Boys, besides myself, were here, they would concur. There's a movie coming out later on this year that we unanimously agree is the perfect What the Show entire crew to come on to the Extra Movie Butter podcast. And that would be a movie starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Santa Claus. It's called Red One.
Yeah, we're very into it. We're very into it.
Totally.
We think this movie is right in the What the Show alley, and we would like to invite all of you to be our guests on the Extra Movie Butter podcast.
We would be honored. Every time we see the trailer in the theater, Mike and I get very excited for it. So I think we might be honest.
It looks glorious.
So
This
good.
movie does not look good. It does not look bad. It looks glorious.
I don't know. I've seen the trailer. I'm trying to avoid the marketing at all costs because I just like the vibes.
Oh, AJ, you're like if you see if you can go in blind, first off, that'd be amazing.
So good.
But like there's so like the trailer is like, oh, this happens. Well, you think that's well, this also happens. Oh, that's only part of it because this also like. I hope this is just like a fucking choose your own adventure. Like they're just walking through a board game and going into different rooms. It's like an escape room where you're just going into different areas.
Yeah, and I've been told details. I've listened to podcasts where they talked about the trailer, all of it. But for me, that's why I'm gonna try to avoid it because like seeing is not believing.
Yes. You just gotta
Yeah,
go
totally.
Fine.
I haven't seen a trailer in like 6 years. Have I seen a movie in 6 years?
So I stopped watching trailers online unless it's something that's like sometimes if it's a TV show or something, I'll watch that online. But we go to the movies like once a week, so inevitably I'm gonna see it. I'd rather see it on the big screen. So I did avoid Red One until it was funny. Everybody's telling me you gotta watch this, and then eventually we did cave and watch the Red One at home because everybody kept on messaging us saying that's your guys' movie, that's your guys' movie. So eventually we caved and watched it.
But we have since seen it in theaters. And Smile freaking 2. Every
Smile 2 is
goddamn
on
time.
every damn movie you see.
The movie to come out already. It's had it's still a while until that one comes out.
And of course, I'm a bloody doctor.
Oh yeah.
See,
There is a new
no
trailer
evil.
for that one, thankfully.
Thankfully,
So
so
they
it's a little
did
bit better.
change that one up a little bit.
And you know what else we started seeing a lot now is that new Hugh Grant one. What is that called? Heretic.
Heretic. Yeah.
Yes, that one has
Oh,
suddenly
yeah.
started popping up a lot. I was like, this trailer, this marketing campaign, they're revving it up.
And that's like, isn't that A24? Like, it's a surprising.
That's
I-
A24,
yes.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
usually don't go that hard into marketing, which surprised me a little
Which
bit.
the
about that.
first time we saw the trailer, I was like, intriguing. I'm
Right,
into
it was
it.
on Maxine.
I love this era of Hugh
Hmm.
Grant's career, honestly. And so I was like, I'm into this. But now we keep seeing the trailer, and I'm like, okay. I'm starting to sour on it a little bit, but hopefully I'll come back around. We'll see.
My wife had mentioned something about that, like, you know, because she goes with me every week now, and so this is kind of the first like year that she's like really getting into movies
Nice.
because of like this podcast, but also we're going every week. So, like one of her favorites of this year was Civil War, and that was an A24 movie. And so I kind of explained like A24 is, you know, small budget, but usually
How they
large
work,
returns. Yeah. And she had been like, do you think that this movie's going to be bad because they're really marketing it? And she's like, and they haven't marketed other movies like
Right.
this.
right.
That's
I was
a fair
like,
point.
oh, I was like, that's an interesting
Ooh.
perspective. Maybe, but I'm with you, Bethany. Like, I like where Hugh Grant's like doing over the last couple of years. Like, he was so good in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep.
Yeah, it just he pops up in these little roles, he plays them to perfection, and then he's gone. Yeah,
He's in the AJ stage of his career. Like everything Hugh Grant is doing right now is right up AJ's alley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Even Glass Onion.
Oh, Glass Onion. What a great cameo. Yes.
2 seconds.
I was like, Hugh Grant! Like, cause yeah, you just like don't expect him to be there, and then yeah, he just pops up. Yeah, I love it.
Glass Onion was like, we saw that in theaters. It was only in theaters for like 2 weeks. Why the hell was that not like Netflix? You fucked up.
I
That was
know.
such a fun theater experience.
the next one that comes out for sure, Benoit Blanc's story is for sure going to be a theatrical release.
I had
It's
to
got
be.
to. You're turning away money if you don't.
Those movies, both of them were just so much fun to watch with the crowd, watching what happened, just letting it unfold. Just great.
I love the character of Benoit Blanc. Like he's like right now he's my favorite like modern day like character.
I struggle to think of somebody who I'd argue against that.
Yeah, I think maybe Fester and Three Ninjas.
That was such a perfect, good dry delivery.
Zing.
Yeah, I think maybe.
Well, the director of Three Ninjas High Noon and Mega Mountain actually has a new movie out this year.
Okay, what is it?
You don't know?
No,
You're-
what's the movie?
You're not gonna believe me.
This
He's
is
the
good.
director of the Reagan movie.
Oh my god!
The Ronald Reagan movie is directed by the director of Three Ninjas
Oh,
High
God.
Noon and Mega Mountain.
From the director of Three Ninjas, High Noon and Mega Mountain, Reagan.
Oh my god!
That's unbelievable.
Oh no.
Which
Now that I have my
takes
power
takes
back.
me to Scott Wolf, who I believe was in that too, who was Billy in Double Dragon, who was in another one of my movies that was critically panned,
He's in.
but I loved. Were you a big fan of White Squall growing up, Moose?
Of course, I was a big fan of White Squall.
It's a great movie, right?
I like
So-
White Squall.
So I was like, I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's mixed critical response. That's kind of surprising. I thought people loved this movie that I grew up with. And then a few years ago, this is where it gets weird. It's not that people didn't come around on it. It was picked up by a political movement that loves phrases like "where we go one, we go all."
Oh no!
It's a QAnon movie from
Oh,
1996. They're
no.
obsessed with it.
What? Oh.
Wait, there's QAnon movies from night.
Yeah, it's a
From
movie from 1996 that QAnon people are obsessed
They have.
with
They have now.
Okay.
because of the coming
But
storm.
wait a
I
minute.
was
Wait a
gonna
minute.
say, I was like, they were not a thing back then.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, AJ, I'm now fascinated by this director who directed Three Ninjas, High Noon at Mega Mountain. The guy's name is Sean McNamara.
Yes.
Let's see. Here, to his credit, let me read you. So this guy is directing a biography about Ronald Reagan. I think it's starring Quaid, right?
Dennis
One of the
Quaid.
Dennis Quaid.
Quaid.
Yeah, this is a Dennis
Oh,
Quaid passion project. That
Yeah.
So he
do
has
we all know-
directed. He's directed a movie called Casper: A Spirited Beginning. Oh,
Yes.
the
The
sequel, Casper Meets Wendy.
Mhm.
Three Ninjas, High Noon and Mega Mountain, a classic. Treehouse Hostage. Let's keep going here. The sequel to The Cutting Edge, Going for Gold.
We watched it. We have seen it.
every single cutting edge film.
No, you want to talk about
We-
the movie most people like? The Cutting Edge
There's
is
a
a great movie.
sequel.
The
The
sequel
Cutting
was
Edge.
horrible, but we
There
loved
are
it.
multiple sequels,
There
and I
are
have watched
multiple
every
sequels.
single one.
Oh my god, I love this
Jump
guy.
down the rabbit hole.
Let me tell you, no regrets. No regrets.
Oh, this one might be my favorite. He directed Bring It On, Fight to the Finish.
Nice.
He lost him a good, like, straight to
straight-
home video.
Straight to home video
doesn't
sequels,
he?
yeah.
Aliens Ate My Homework, Robo Sapien Rebooted. Not even the original, it's rebooted.
He's a sequel.
Aliens Stole My Body, Cats and Dogs 3, Paws Unite. Sister Swap, and his most recent one is On a Wing and a Prayer. Oh, also starring Dennis Quaid.
Nothing pleases me more to know that the Reagan biopic is being directed by the certified straight to home video director.
Now let's talk about
Shut
this.
up.
Bethany, do you know who is playing Frank Sinatra in this movie?
No.
Jim Sinatra.
Scott Stapp from Creed.
No, really?
So this is
He's
funny
like
though.
fifth build in this movie.
This is the watch along. This is the watch along.
That it
We
must-
This is-
my-
this
I
is Justin.
refuse to give money to this movie, but we have to watch it.
So
at some point.
this is legitimate though. It's Scott Stapp. However, the guitar player from Creed does a Sinatra tribute. Mark Tremonti does a Frank Sinatra tribute. I am not lying about this.
I'm
Nice.
a person.
What?
Oh gosh, did William Harold just Doc Brown us in the chat?
Yes, he 100% Don Brown.
Nice.
Ronald Reagan, the actor.
Also, I just got Doc Brown or some kind of old timer. I just got old timer. The move that I pulled on the old timer in the bathroom, I just got old timered. I thought I was resetting my Letterboxd account because again, my whole Google did just randomly was like, no, all of your logins are gone. And I'm like, but I have had this computer with the same logins for years. No, they're all gone. So I'm trying to like reset my Letterboxd account. Apparently, I just signed up for some home buyer's warranty thing instead. So now it's like, all right, protect more, pay less. And I'm like, no, I want to watch movies. You
I think
stupid.
I think he just went back on the villains bracket. Do you remember the jacket thing? Fuck's sake, Juice. From now on, I need you to call me when it comes to financial decisions. Holy Christ.
I didn't spend any money.
Juice, whatever
I mean,
you do,
I
when we get done with
I
this
spent
stream,
money on the jacket, but I didn't like buy a house accidentally.
whatever you do when we get off the stream, do not go to the store and buy Amazon gift cards. If you do, redeem them.
If Google wasn't, I love Google
Oh, Juice.
sometimes.
Juice, if somebody tells you that calling cards is the future of financial investments, you fucking say no.
It is. Michael Scott knows this.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yes. The pyramid, he draws it out. He's like, I gotta go make a call.
So, Juice, I do have to ask because we're not that far away. I think it's like 3 weeks away. Do we know how your draft selection method is going to be yet, or is that TBD?
We might have to, marinate on that a little
The
longer.
football card idea, I mean, while it did,
It won you the league.
And one of
it appeared to be fatal with drafting Zach Ertz, and then I came up clutch with Laporta.
yeah.
So right, so it screwed me and saved me. So I think I'll take the same football card approach.
Yes.
But
If
I
it
think
is
I'll maybe like rework some of the rules.
Hmm.
I
it's
don't know
myself.
if there's
There
anybody
is.
else still active. I mean, I don't know if there is at this stage.
Well, I don't think that'll be a rule I'll change, but I'll maybe like adjust.
You got Ertz, you got Matthew Stafford, you got Aaron Rodgers.
Just going out on a wing here, Juice. Last season, I assumed I was going to meet you guys at some point in time this year. So last draft, I bought you a Morton Anderson card.
Yes.
I still have it from the
Yes.
Saints.
I
I would like you to draft Morton Anderson on your team, please. Make this happen.
Make it happen, please. Please and thank you.
You have to
Also,
draft
yes,
somebody
I'm
named
holding on to
Morton
this
or
for when
named
we meet.
Anderson.
We're hoping, what is it, 2025 draft? We'll be able to draft in person.
There is a fingers crossed that
We're going to make it happen.
that we can arrange to do at least as many people as possible in 2025 to be together in the same room to do the draft. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get all.
So I just Googled Morton Anderson. I am planning to go to Europe, and I am going to a metal festival in Denmark, and I should be flying into Copenhagen, which is the birthplace of Morton Anderson.
Yes.
So if Morton Anderson is home while I'm there, I'll happily ring his doorbell and
As
get
you
us a
should.
signed copy of his football card.
As you should. Copenhagen's a wonderful city.
Let's go, Mort. Be home,
Yeah.
buddy.
But yes,
Yeah.
hypothetical 2025, what the show, fantasy football draft in person. We're not guaranteeing it, but
But if it could happen, it would be glorious. Where are we doing it? Vegas?
Vegas,
No,
has to be.
Macon. We're doing it in Macon, Georgia.
Oh,
Macon,
good.
Macon,
Georgia.
Georgia?
Macon bacon.
Oh yeah,
Macon bacon.
We're making bacon. We're making bacon in Macon, Georgia.
The Macon bacon.
Probably
If
Vegas
you
and
want to
reality.
meet Kevin Bacon, we're meeting in Macon. We're watching some baseball and we're drafting some football.
We're making bacon. None of our joints will be aching, but we will sure be forsaking a good home cooked meal.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
It's 2 minutes for roping.
I like that. You're a jabroni.